it would seem like I have been tagged by my friend down Phoenix. So, with that said, I have at least like a couple games I could choose from right away, that are basically nostalgic for me, that are basically in the gap between now and basically the 80s and 90s, because I was born in the 80s, believe it or not. I don't remember that much about gaming in the 80s. All I remember is Atari kind of flipped out and Nintendo took over. So with that said, I'll start out with number 5 of my picks. Number 5 of my picks is a big surprising one, to me anyways, and to most other people. It's Age of Empires. Age of Empires is a real-time strategy game. On a PC, no less. And I don't have a PC, so there you go. Put two and two together, and there you go. But I will give this game this much: the game is pretty good. In fact, the game is pretty good on its own merits. So, without a doubt, the game is good. Um. Huh? What was that? Oh, right. The next number is Pokemon. So, you know what? I have Pokemon amiibos, so it makes sense that Pokemon is high on the list, or at least number 4 on the list. But that's not why I put it on the list at all. It's because it's a very good game, and I don't know how to say it even more. The game is basically consistent with its own story, and basically that's it. There's not much I can say about Pokemon other than you get into battles right away, and the battle system is easy to get into, so don't mind it. Another thing is, amiibos only cost like what, $12 now, so at least in America. I don't know what the price is anywhere else, but Pokemon is the introduction to, or at least a kind of introduction to where I actually wanted a Game Boy. And basically what happened was, I don't know why, but I actually wanted a Game Boy back then. Just because I actually wanted a Game Boy only meant that I only wanted at least like a couple Game Boys, like 2 Game Boys for that purpose. But I only bought the Game Boy Color for that purpose, and it served me well. I didn't know about the Mew glitch till later, so yeah. Oh, the next one on my list is Kirby's Adventure. And by then, I already have like 2 other games on. I basically had to eliminate some of the games on this list, but there's only one game that I put on this list that's actually a little bit higher than this one in terms of its replayability. But Kirby's Adventure is basically Kirby's first game where he could suck up and take people's powers away. So you got that game to thank for it. It's the first game that we were introduced to Pink Kirby. So basically, Pink Kirby is right there, and that's about it. The next game on this list is Mortal Kombat. You know what? Reason why I'm putting Mortal Kombat on this list is because, well, so I like gore, and that game is basically gory for an innocent child to like at that time. There weren't that many games at that time that held guys pulling spines out of people's bodies, or guys transforming into dragons to eat them, or anything like that. This game started the ESRB rating, so that's saying a lot. But in addition to starting the ESRB rating, it has at least... I'm trying to think here. It has at least a decent amount of fan base now, because it's been out longer than most fighting games have been out long enough. And this fighting game is probably one of the best fighting games out there. Not on the Super Nintendo, sadly. But what can you do? And my number one choice is a very surprising game that I'm pretty sure that people don't even know, is Super Mario All-Stars. Now, reason why I put this one number one instead of Super Mario World number one is because this game has 4 games into one cartridge. These 4 games are Super Mario Bros. 1, Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3, and The Lost Levels. So, yeah. But that's not all. It also introduced us to The Lost Levels, which is the Japan's version of Mario 2. Back then, we just called our Mario 2 Mario 2, and we didn't know. So, basically, that's just it. Basically, the game is a lot. Basically, that game is much harder than Mario 1 is, and Mario 2 is, because there's power-ups that make you small, warp pipes that send you back to the beginning of the levels. Basically, everything you don't want in a Mario game is in that one. So what can I say? Let me get on to saying that I need to tag 5 people, then I'm done with this video. So I'll just say their name. I'll just do this right away so that I can get this video done with, and that's it. So number 5, I'm gonna choose some Shy Guy. That's random of me, but that's random. Next, I'm going to choose Aqualung Game Reviews. I think his reviews are good, and he does reviews of Atari 2600 games and NES games. So he also has some on the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, but that's it. And some PlayStation games on there too. So yeah. Another person I'm going to tag is, I believe, Ace Salieri too. Yeah, Ace Salieri. He doesn't do any review. He hardly does the reviewer anymore. But when he does it, he usually does it with style. Next on my list is that's 3 people, right? 3 people. Next is I need to look at my subscriptions. Next I'm gonna say is you know what? Next is my friend Bob Show. So there you go. That's 4. Now I need 1 more just to finish this off, and then hopefully that's it. The last one, I'm gonna choose Razbowski as the last one. Now I'll await your videos, so hopefully that's it.